Welcome back, dear viewers, and you are still watching the Breakfast Show. And in this segment of our program, we will talk about Eid al-Adha, how people celebrate this important occasion, and how do they communicate via social media. And today we are joined by Dr. Nermeen Roushdy, strategic transformation expert and HR consultant. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
So first, let's start by talking about celebrating Eid. To what extent this celebration nowadays is different from before?
Celebrations generally are taking a new trend of having the great influence of social media on celebration, where people tend to send just like this media celebrations of Eid to everybody, and then without having it personalized. Of course, this have a great impact because we are
just sending messages.
Yes, sending messages.
No communication.
No, not really. Before or earlier, or when we were young in our generation, we used to see our parents calling each and every uncle and auntie and something like this. So it increases the bond. The people join in rituals of visiting, having lunch together. But because of the high speed and pace of the lifestyle we are having nowadays, it makes things go more slower and more tendency to use the social media. Also, I think the pandemic and the crisis that we went through during 2020 helped in establishing more communication through the social media. Sorry. Rather than having it face-to-face or personalized.
Yes. And do you feel that people are accepting these changes?
No, actually, a couple of days ago before the Eid, I have people writing these notes on the Facebook. If you are not writing to me or not communicating to me personally to say Happy Eid, please don't do it. This for broadcasting of messages and something. This just like select all and send. They don't feel it's personalized. They don't feel the intimacy and the warmth of the celebration and sending people Happy Eid and stuff. So this leads to there's like people said, okay, I'm not special to you, so why are you sending me like select all, So people are starting to be more aware of the generality that the social media had impacted in our life.
So also, if we talk about the impact of social media on people and the way they communicate in general, and we can see that it is infiltrating in our lives in a big way. So to what extent this is affecting life nowadays?
It has a huge impact in life. Despite,
and
yes, at a
especially
certain
new
level,
generations.
Yes, it has a positive impact. We cannot deny this, but on the other hand, the new generation, they are, I feel that they are so detached. They didn't have the luxury of experiencing what we used to experience when we were young. At least we know how is it like when we were young, so we know how to keep the pace, keep the spirit, have it all. But they actually don't know. They actually didn't witness how is it like to have this family visits, long family visits. It's just not like hit and run visits to go say hi, or to go into visits and they all have this like mobiles in their hands and they are so involved in their mobiles rather than communicating with the family members. I remember when we were young, we used to make games, make plays, even argue with each other, the impact of this, the warmth of the human communication. Have this big table and all the family are eating together. Now each and everybody is having his plate and just like sitting on his mobile and keep eating fast, or you don't even really care about this family visits. So I think for the new generation, they are losing the pace of, or the flavor of having the impact of just like communicating and being involved together and going and helping even in the preparation for the Eid celebration and stuff. So I think they are missing a lot.
Yes, even we can see that we are missing many things from our traditions. So even slaughtering, it's not spread anymore. People are preferring to do sukuk, and even young generations, they don't see this important part of Eid.
Yes, they actually started to adopt this fast hit and run attitude.
In everything.
Yes.
Even in slaughtering.
Even in slaughtering, yes. I think they are missing the flavor because, you know, the slaughtering is a religious ritual, not only a general ritual. It's connected to the specific traditions that we are having with the religion, with implanting, you know, concepts and principles in their life. I think they are missing this a lot.
Yes.
And they are really missing the flavor. Even the Eid prayer, sometimes they miss it and they just like don't care about, okay, I missed the Eid prayer, so what? And you have to push them and you have to keep after them, just like to wake them up. Let's go and have an Eid prayer, let's go and have a celebration, let's go and enjoy meeting people, even if we don't know, but we are just sharing the spirit of Eid. I think this is very important, and if we let them get more involved in the social media absorption, they will our traditions eventually will fade.
But I think that people in rural areas are still having these traditions of slaughtering and of visiting, and they are keeping the Egyptian traditions of celebrating Eid. It's missing now here in the capital, maybe in big cities.
Yes, in big cities, yes, we are starting to get more involved in the dynamics of the digital life. But in the other governorates, especially in the rural areas and stuff, yes, they are still so strict when it comes to tradition. They are so. I
even buying new clothes.
Yes,
it's not now an important part of it to buy new clothes.
Maybe
like
our generation is still just like, you know, clutching to these rituals that we are raised on earlier. But I think our kids or the new generation, they are not really aware what is the importance of buying new clothes. I'll buy new clothes whenever I need one. So start to, you know, implant. No, this is Eid. We have to get new clothes. We have to adopt this. You will not wear these clothes until it's the Eid day, and we are going to have it. We are getting the Eid pajamas and we are going to wear it at the Eid, you know. This was something that really had a big difference in our life, and I think it labeled our childhood. It's always attached to our memories and our, you know, the thing that we used to do, and even our story that we are telling to our kids and the new generation.
So do you think that Eid is a chance to boost family ties and bring family members together? How can we bring all this back to our lives?
Maybe our discussion is something to create awareness. Yes, I believe that the impact of the social media is very important, because, you know, people, the social media always raise a flag, always create awareness, always plays a very important role in implanting or setting or strengthen things. So discussing these rituals and trying to revive back the older tradition and practice that we used to be having, I think this will create, you know, fast impact on the new generation, especially because if they heard about it from their parents, it's just like giving them instructions or advices, or, you know, the parental thing in raising up kids. But if they witnessed how the social media is really celebrating Eid by reviving the rituals, by talking about them, by having special program, raising the flag about the importance of maintaining our tradition, maybe this will create the awareness we need. And of course, people also, if they see how their parents are really applying it, so it will help to complete the role.
And what is your advice to people? How can they maintain a positive spirit, celebrate Eid among the pandemic?
I believe people have to raise above the pandemic. If it's Eid, yes, we know that we are having a pandemic. We have to maintain the social distance. We have to maintain all these health precautions and stuff. But if we implement it in
we always find new waves after Eid and celebrations. So I think that people should celebrate, but they should be also aware
in the small circles.
We
can make this celebration at home. We can. It's all about, you know, the spirit. It's all about the vibes. It's all about how I'm perceiving the Eid. So it will eventually transfer to my kids and to my family and to my home members as well. So if it started from within, I always believe that the short way is started from within. If it started from within, and we believe that it's time to celebrate despite whatever is going around, it will help to transfer the spirit all around.
So if we talk about social solidarity in Eid and in general, in Eid in particular, and in different aspects of life in particular. So how can we cooperate to strengthen social solidarity?
Well, I believe people have to raise above the pandemic. We have to maintain the social distance. We have to maintain all these health precautions and stuff. But if we implement it in our Well, I believe after the pandemic and the several waves we went through, the awareness is really high. People are really keen to maintain the social distance. People are keen to wear the masks all the time. Even to have extra masks in their bags, because if somebody is stuck or something, they can have a sealed mask in a very nice cover, and then they can give it to people who lost their masks or have something damaged with it. Having the disinfectant in our bags and stuff. So I think that the awareness is already there. People are still maintaining the social distance. Of course, you cannot control this, overflooding of people who are going out to celebrate Eid and stuff, but by taking precaution, I think that it will at least contain the severity of the pandemic.
So do you think that Egyptians are still keen to visit families and their parents in the first Eid, the first day of Eid? Do you think that we are still keeping these traditions?
I think our generation, yes, they are
making
still maintaining.
And gather the first day and eat meat. Do you think that many people are still keen to keep these traditions?
Well,
despite all changes that
maybe
are
what I heard from many of my friends, that they are still keen about the slaughter thing. They are keen about having breakfast with the family. Even when they are arranging for these Eid trips and stuff, they prefer to have it by midday or by end of day so they can get done with all the Eid rituals. But the curve of applying such traditions is really going down, but yet people are trying hardly to hang on to these old traditions.
Also, it is important to encourage people to do charities and to help others in need. Yes. And it is one of the strong religious beliefs is to help the needy people in Eid.
It's the core concept of the Eid, yes, to involve the people in need, or to involve the poor people.
And this is part of social solidarity and raises the sense of equality among various sectors of the society. So how can we encourage people to do this during the coming days?
I think there are a lot of volunteering work that's really going around, either through specific authenticated organizations, or by this awareness sessions, or by the initiatives that people take. If people know some people in need, or some families in need, or he's sponsoring families or something, and it's starting to be spread thanks to the social media. People can get along with each other, even if they are collecting money or something. They can just give a bank account, please, if you are interested to help people with 1, 2, 3 condition, please transfer money to this account. So I think here the social media is really playing a nice role in this thing, because it connected people. I know that I know people who just living abroad, and they just call their friends from the university or from school. If you are sponsoring such family, please tell me the account number and I will transfer money to you, because I trust you are really studied the case and you know that these people are in need and stuff. So I think that the maybe the social the pandemic and its impact on the social life in Egypt, especially in 2020 specifically, because of the staying at home, not being able to do something, and many people lost their jobs. It helped to increase the awareness and to enhance the interaction of the society together, to bond together, to be able to reach out.
Each other.
Yes, and of course thanks to the social media that makes it so easier, and having this electronic applications, either by having it on a mobile or you go directly to the bank and stuff like that. So I think it's helping a lot in connecting people from different parts even of the country, all over the country, to help each other and to get to know people in need, and to be able as much as we can to afford support and help.
So what are your tips to Egyptians to celebrate Eid in a positive way?
Keep up the spirit.
Keep the spirit of Eid.
Yes, keep up the spirit and the good mood. I know that it's not the happy ever after thing. We are still in the pandemic. We are still having a challenge, but keep up the spirit. Try to revive the traditions. It really adds a sort of a flavor when our kids witness such a thing, and when the new generation get
and
more
giving
in touch.
the Madaya and these traditions.
Yes. it makes different spirit. They really feel the spirit of the Eid. They really get involved in the rituals, even if it's just like start by giving them idea, or you have to attend the family gathering, you have to attend the family iftar or the family breakfast or the family lunch or the family, you know, or the slaughter thing that happen at each, for example, building or wherever it's done. In having them involved in distributing
the meat.
Yes, it really makes, because it will raise automatically questions. Your kid will ask you, why are we doing this? We say that we have to do this to make them share the spirit of the Eid. We have to help the needy people. We have to help the poor. So, you know, you are implanting indirectly the concept that you want your child to know without giving them direct instructions.
Yes.
And I feel it's more beneficial rather than giving them instructions or telling them a story. It's just like you have to listen to this lesson and then we go.
Yes. So finally, I'd like to thank you, Dr. Nermeen Roushdy, strategic transformation expert and HR consultant. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you so much. Pleasure.
And dear viewers, the show break, and we'll be back with our second segment for today, so stay tuned.